Olson. This is Hog Wild Barbecue, and today we're gonna discuss how to smoke a brisket. So what we have here is a nice piece of brisket. You'll see that it's got this side, and over here on the other side, got a fair amount of fat. We're gonna trim off some of this, trying to keep about 1/4 of an inch. We're gonna trim up in here, trim up in here. We'll start right here. This here is like a really big piece of fat. So we're just gonna go on in and okay, see that along here? A little bit of fat. Careful when you're using your knife. Make sure you have your fingers curled in. Don't want to lose a finger. Go ahead and flip this over. Look in there. We want about 1/4 of an inch of fat remaining when we're done. A big, thick, heavy piece of fat right here. We got some salt, pepper, garlic. That's all we're gonna use. You could conceivably go with, sort of some barbecue rubs that you want. You don't have to overcomplicate this though. Make sure we get it in on the sides. Turn it over and get this side. That's it for the prep work. We've trimmed off the fat that we wanted to get rid of, leaving a little bit, about 1/4 inch fat, so that it will render down, keep the meat moist. Seasoned it, simple salt, pepper, garlic. Now all we have to do is provide some low and slow heat, and then we're gonna have some awesome brisket.
So I put the salt, pepper, garlic on this Friday evening. Put it in the fridge overnight. I have let it sit out and rest, trying to bring it up to room temperature for about an hour. It is early Saturday morning. Let's go outside and get this on the smoker.
We'll be doing today's smoke out on the Oklahoma Joe. As you can see, we got the charcoals in there. The purpose of the charcoal was to help light the wood. The wood is going. We're gonna go ahead and close this up. See the smoke starting to come out of there. We're gonna bring this up to temperature. We want that smoke to turn pale. Not the thick white stuff that you have right now. It'll blacken your meat. It's not what you're looking for. We're gonna wait for it to get a little bit pale, a little bit translucent, and let it get up to temperature. And then we'll go ahead and put our brisket on. So our temperature is getting up close to about 250 degrees. Smoke coming out is much thinner, but believe me, we got the fire going. Let's go ahead and open up the door and shove our meat in. Okay, there she is. We're gonna go ahead and let her smoke here for about 6 hours unwrapped. Probably come out and add a log about every hour based on the temperature of the pit. We're about an hour in. Temperature, as you can see, is down to about 225. Sprinklers have turned on. Dog's trying to drink from the fountain. We're gonna add another piece of wood. You know, we have this warming plate that's right here. About the only thing I use it for is to warm up the next piece of wood. You want to get the next piece of wood to temperature as quickly as possible. As you can see, our log is going, so dog's barking. We'll go ahead and close the door and let it keep going. Wood up here so that we can warm it up so that it will ignite quickly when we decide to put it in. It's midday. We have been smoking our brisket for about 6 hours. What we're going to do now is we are going to pull it and wrap it. Let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful bark. Oh, it's nice. See how soft it is? So after we wrap it, all we need to do is apply heat until we get it to an internal temperature of 203 degrees. Let me show you how we're gonna do it. Here it is, we have it wrapped. I now have put a meat probe in it. The internal temperature of the meat is 176. We're gonna get this up to 203 degrees. Now, as I mentioned, we've got the smoke on it, right? There's no more smoke that's coming because we've wrapped it in paper. All we need is heat. If you want, you can go ahead and continue to feed your smoker with logs, or you can set your oven at 250 degrees and you can pop it in there and get the same results. Actually, probably a little bit easier in the oven because you know that you're maintaining your heat right where you want it. Our Therm Pro is telling us that the internal temperature is 203 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull the brisket out. We need to let this rest, right? It's come up to temperature, but if you cut into it right now, all of the wonderful juices that are inside of it will come out. But let's take we'll take a quick peek here. You can see that's where my temperature probe was at, but it's still hot. But very soft, very moist. I can hardly wait. We're gonna rest this. I'm gonna put it inside of a cooler for about an hour, and then we'll pull it out, and we're gonna see what it tastes like. So there she is. I've been resting about an hour and 20 minutes. You can see, still very soft to the touch. Let's start cutting off a little bit here. See what we have inside. Look at that. Huh? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. You got that beautiful smoke ring going all the way around it. Pulls apart very easily. That's what you want. It shouldn't just fall apart when you dangle, but you should be able to pull it and have it snap. I'm gonna take a quick taste. That was delicious. You know, salt, pepper, garlic, don't make it too complicated. If you wanna add other rubs, fine, but give this a try. This was absolutely delicious. My total cook time on this was surprisingly about 7.5 hours. I was anticipating it to be longer. However, the secrets to good barbecue is time, temperature, and tenderness. And all three of those got hit in that 7.5 hour cook time, and then you know, about an hour and a half rest time. Go ahead and cut it. Where you have the, you know, the difference in textures. This is, you want to cut across the grain. On this one, you're going to cut the way that I was there. On this one, you're going to cut here. Yeah, just try, take a piece of this in here. Lots of really nice marbling. You can see how moist that is, right? Again, it pulls apart very easily. And it tastes like heaven. Give this one a try. Thank you for stopping by and watching. Again, I'm Dan Olson. This is Hog Wild Barbecue. Until next time, I'm wishing you a good day and good barbecue.